The gentleman from Fauquier, Mr. Webert.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise for the point of personal privilege.
Gentleman has the floor.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, and Mr. Speaker, in the few years that I've been here, I have never given a point of personal privilege until today. The reason being is, until today, I really didn't have anything really important to say, unlike most politicians. But exactly, most politicians. But today I rise for something. When I was first elected, across the hall from me, my office mate was a gentleman who couldn't be more different than me, or who was much more different from me. He was a man of a different color, of a different age, who grew up in a much different background than I did. And I learned a lot from this man. I came to get to know this man. I came to love this man, and I respect this man greatly. He also happens to have the same last name as our speaker. And that gentleman is Algie Howell. Algie Howell and I had many conversations about various things in regards to the policies which we discuss here in the House. We discussed everything from abortion to tax credits. But one of the things that we agreed upon the most was the importance of education. And I'm grateful that the minority leader brought that up, because that is something that we as a General Assembly can really focus on to come up with some reforms to help our young people engage and learn. Because Algie and I came to the conclusion that one of the greatest things, and one of the greatest things that provides a person with the opportunity to improve their station in life, is a good education. And Mr. Speaker, I watched the State of the Union last night, and I listened to our president's words. He talked about a lot of things. He talked about bipartisanship. He talked about middle-class families. He talked about building a 21st century economy. But he didn't give details. And here on the floor, we tend to give details. He went into something that is become very near to my heart, as well as many of my constituents. And he talked about taxing our 529 plans. Mr. Speaker, a 529 college plan is a tool that we as citizens can use to save for our children's education, or their college education. Money that's taxed that we earn goes into a 529 plan, and then it accrues. And when that child is ready for a higher education, they can take that money out tax-free and pay for their college education. This is a tool that we as citizens can use to make college more affordable for our children. When the program started, the money that was withdrawn was taxed. And in 2001, there was a temporary reprieve that was made permanent in 2006. And when that reprieve was made permanent, this thing took off. There are now more than 12 million 529 plans across the country. I myself, when my wife and I found out that she was going to give birth to my son William, immediately thought about the rising cost of college in the Commonwealth of Virginia. I believe it's gone up about 28%. So we decided to ask a few folks about the best way that we can do, what we could do to start helping our child pay for college. And the 529 plan was the solution. So on February 27th, right before crossover, my first session, my son was born. And a few weeks later, we started a 529 plan. And on February 9th, we're going to start another one when my other son is going to be born, right before crossover. Funny how that works. No, I did not plan that. But here we are discussing how we're going to make college more affordable, and the president proposes a tax on college savings. You heard me. A tax on college savings. A tax with, for instance, the money that's withdrawn goes immediately into our educational system. Immediately to our universities, our community colleges, our technical colleges. And the president wants to tax it. I don't see the reason for it, other than you need money. which with an $18 trillion debt we do. And that's why I'm very happy that the minority leader brought up education as an important thing that we can work on. There's a number of things that we at the state level are currently working on. The majority leader is looking at limiting unreasonable student athletic fees, giving colleges, and this is very important, giving colleges more flexibility to innovate and cut wasteful administrative spending. It's huge. Delegate Rush, the gentleman from Montgomery, has a plan for flat-free, affordable college degrees. Again, making college more affordable. Delegate Hugo, the gentleman from Fairfax, has a plan to broaden the use of Virginia's 529 college savings accounts, just to bring it back. College is expensive, and it's increasing. My son is 3. Imagine what college is going to cost when he is 18. We should be working to make college more affordable, not taxing our college savings. So let us work together, look at the various ideas that are on the table, and make college and an education more affordable for our citizens, seeing as an education is a great opportunity to improve one's station in life. Thank you.